In today's video, we'll be demonstrating how to pair the RT-500-M display control unit with the DF Commander MK2 software in master-slave configuration. This is how I configured the DCU. First, let's check the LAN configuration on the interface page on the DCU and take note of the IP addressing port. Then, I connect the DCU to our network using the LAN port on the rear of the DCU. Now, let's connect the compass to COM1 of the DCU and to our network with the IP address 50.185.192.33, port 4001. Finally, let's connect the GPS to COM2 of the rear of the DCU and to the network with the IP address 50.185.192.34, port 4001. After launching the DF Commander MK2 software, navigate to the Setup and DF Systems tab. Begin by creating a server location and configuring our DF system. Select Mobile Setup as the type, and let's name our system Boat 1. Next, let's enter the IP and port of our GPS and compass. With a successful connection, the status indicator will turn green. Now, let's configure our antenna. The antenna type is going to be RT-500-M. Let's set the mechanical correction to 0. And our antenna is mounted vertically upright, so let's leave that as up. Let's leave our orientation as true north. However, on a real ship, we would have this set to the vessel's heading. Let's set the variation to 0 degrees, and our position, let's pull from the GPS. Let's set our antenna's altitude to 5 meters and our transmitter height to 0. The RT-500-M standard deviation is 5 degrees RMS. Let's leave the attenuation at 0. Finally, let's add a channel for our antenna. Let's add a label to our master DCU. And let's add the IP and port for the connection. From here, we can see some basic information such as our frequency, squelch, and signal levels. Now that our antenna is connected to DF Commander MK2, let's explore the bearing page. Here we can monitor our system's bearing, frequency, mode, squelch, and signal strength. Let's remotely change our frequency to 121.500 MHz. Let's also set our squelch from 60 to 40. With MK2, we can switch between relative, true, and magnetic modes in real time without affecting the display bearing on the DCU. Clicking the Favorites button allows us to quickly switch between frequencies. Let's switch back to 121.500. Moving to the map page, our position is automatically plotted on the map, with our DF information displayed on the menu to the right. The bearing is shown in a solid blue line, with a cone indicating the 5-degree standard deviation that we had set. To enhance the frequency recognition, let's add a color to each frequency. To do this, go to General, type in the frequency, and then press Add. From there, we can change the color to green. We'll keep the 121.500 as blue, let's adjust the frequency using the DCU. We can see now 156.800 MHz now has a green bearing display. To add new favorited frequencies to our list, we'll go back to Setup, General, and on the bottom, we'll find our favorite frequency list. We'll just have to type in our frequency and hit Add. Let's take a look at decode mode. Select decode from the operating mode drop-down menu, and this will activate it on the DCU. Let's return to the map page so we can see an alert indicating that the Kospasasarsat message has been received. By selecting the Kospasasarsat list tab, we can see the decoded message. Clicking on the item box will display all the detailed information. By clicking the pin icon, we will be navigated to its location. To enter a scan mode, we have to go back into the bearing page and change the operating mode to a scan. The scan will stop once a strong signal is received. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to contact Theta International.